everyone, welcome to another adventure in Egypt here. I am at the Khalili market, Canal Khalili market, and actually Hoda isn't with me because the group liked the idea of the tent maker so much that almost all of them went with her to the tent market. So I'm on my own and I'm here on the market just looking for things. I bought some new earrings, which was fun. I bought my dad a coin because he collects coins. But I thought I'd take you for just a little stroll through and you can kind of see all the different things for sale in Cairo's main market. So it is craziness. There's cars, there's people, there's motorcycles, there's everything. You can buy a hookah. You can buy perfume. Here we have different kinds of spices and soaps and things like that. So fragrant, actually. It smells lovely. Spices, thank you. Here is the inlaid wood that's really popular around here. We've got belly dancing outfits if you want to learn some belly dancing. We've got a lot of different kinds of brass things. What else do we have? More spices. Hi, what's your name?
Mike.
Mike?
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Is it?
It
It is?
Yeah, my mom from Cincinnati, my dad Egyptian.
Really? So what do you
Where
sell,
are you
Mike?
from?
I'm from
Mike.
Seattle.
I sell perfume and medicine oil.
You do? Have you lived?
I have something never seen in the life.
And you have, I assume, lived in the United States, yeah?
Of course.
Of course. Show me what you've got to sell me. I'm not gonna buy anything, but
This is my store.
this is your store. All
I
right.
sell essential oil and crystal ball.
Really? So different kinds of scents, perfumes.
Yes. I
Beautiful.
have oud, patchouli, frankincense. I have something we call it here, lotus flower, jasmine, rose,
Wow.
ylang,
So
black musk.
so you make what kind of perfumes, like oils, that sort of thing, to put on your body?
I
Natural.
have essential.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I have also incense.
How long have you been in this business?
Here,
Yeah. All right, sorry we lost the signal there for a moment, but I got to see the shop that man had. He sells essential oils. Very excited to show us around. More things up in this direction here. You can get papyrus still handmade in a lot of cases, but kind of some of it's tacky, touristy, sort of chic. So you can see the minarets. There are so many minarets. It's the city of 1,000 minarets here. We just had the call to prayer, which is always fun to hear. Coffee bar. Ooh, I should go get a cup of coffee. Oh, the smell here is so good. Actually, I took a little too deep of a breath. Beautiful shirts for men and jalabas. Fashions for women. You can see what is the fashion for fall of 2021. It's beautiful stuff. Lanterns and lamps, much like what we see in Morocco. Halloween masks. I guess they do Halloween here sometimes too. Hookahs. Thank you.
What are you looking for?
Everybody wants to talk to you when you're in Cairo. Oh, a little kid selling pita. This street here is kind of a busy one. It's mostly different kinds of textiles and things. And this is the silver street, so there's lots of silver shops. This is where I just bought myself a few things. Now we're going to go back up this way and we're going to see if we can find ourselves a hoda. So Hoda today was, she did a talk on the Islamic religion and the Islamic faith and her feelings about it and why she wears a hijab. And it was very illuminating because we learned that, that's for her as a choice. She chooses to wear a hijab. So she taught us all how to tie it. And honestly, with all the dust in Cairo, I think I would be convinced to wear one of those too. just from the sense that you don't have to worry about your hair looking not so great. Some more fashions, Egyptian fashion, lots of junk, but some cool things too. This is the problem with markets like this, is that you have to really take your time and kind of comb through to find the beautiful things. there are always sort of gems hidden. Like, look at that. That's actually a very pretty scarf. But how do you find things that are genuine? That is the question. I'm always attracted by the silver jewelry and all the pretty stones that you can get. It's so colorful. But yeah, Cairo is bonkers. You can see a lot of the buildings have been chopped down on the top because they had been built on illegally. But yeah, it's kind of a good kind of bonkers, I think. So many different things to buy. I think this is probably the best market if you're a shopper. I feel like this one has more choices and better quality things than you're going to find elsewhere, like Aswan or Luxor. There's a little bit better choice here. Beautiful copper things. Ugh, if only I had space for this stuff. I went a little too crazy in Morocco, so I'm trying to hold my fire here. Look at all the beautiful nuts and spices. And then your kind of garden variety junk. Oh, this one's pretty. They actually make some really nice tapestries, like kilims here. I walked by here when I was here last time. Beautiful kilim rugs, hand woven. So Egyptian pounds, so for one of these is 200 Egyptian pounds, which is about $12, $13. These are 500, so they're not very expensive at all. They're about $35. So the prices are pretty reasonable for most things. I got a pair of silver earrings, and I think they were about $7. But of course you have to bargain. Bargaining is the most important thing to remember. I always offer people like less than half of their opening offer. Oh, that's a pretty little shop. So many smells and sensations in a market like this. It's actually calmed down just a little bit from before. Oh, hey, you can buy your own statue of King Tut's mask. And then you can go across the street and buy a suitcase to put it in. That's so convenient. That's some good thinking. Beautiful tops. Some of these are very cool. So anything you can think of. Now, I think, is this our hallway? That's another very atmospheric hallway, but I think we want to go up one more. Looking for my Hoda friend. Spices. Actually, I'll take you up to the square, and you can see the square that is the beginning of this market. Fake jewelry. Ah, that's where Hoda is down there.
Welcome.
Everybody says welcome all the time, just like in Morocco. And this guy's going to drive down this street, which seems crazy, but... Ah, there you go, call to prayer. And cafes where people are having a coffee or a juice or a lunch. No, thank you. La shukran. If you want to say no, you say la shukran. No, thank you. So these metal things over here are actually umbrellas, Hoda was telling us, for the crowds, if there's a big crowd at mosque. So it's crazy, but it's a good, fun kind of crazy. Some beautiful architecture if you look up. This is my tip for Cairo, is never just look at what's at ground level, because the buildings have good bones. A lot of them need to be renovated, but there's some really interesting architecture that just needs a little bit of a cleanup. That one is another example. Look how pretty that building is when you look up above. It's got really good bones. And that's kind of one of the interesting points about Egypt and Cairo in general, is that they are working to improve it. They're doing a lot of new works. They're trying to clean up the area around the pyramids. They're relocating people who have illegally put houses in. So they're really making a big effort to clean this up, because this has the potential to be the best tourist destination in the world, but they need to do a little work first, right? Look at the spires. How gorgeous. It's like being in a fairy tale, honestly. So let's go down and find ourselves a hoda. Tea sets and pottery. There's actually a really well-known pottery place we're not going to be able to go to on this tour, but at some point I'd like to go there. Carved canes, those are beautiful. All right, so now I hope we'll be able to have a signal when we go down here, but this is Cafe Feshawi, which is where we had our lunch. More of these shirts. Gorgeous things. I was trying on jackets just a few minutes ago. Absolutely beautiful tailoring. Fezzes, which people don't wear anymore, but that was something from the past. With and this is that blue anti-evil eye color. Shoes. More pottery. Metalworks.
Welcome.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Okay, where is my Hoda? Hoda? Here she is. She's on the phone. Hi, darling. How you doing?
Doing right, enjoying my Turkish coffee.
Yeah?
Which is the best in this beautiful coffee.
Yeah.
Feshawi coffee, over 200 years. Always operating 24/7.
24/7.
24/7. The only days that they close is during Ramadan, the fasting month.
Yeah.
From the morning to sunset. When sunset time and everybody is breaking the fast, it's always open till dawn the next morning. Yeah.
Wow.
And now it's not busy at all. If you want to see it really, you come like midnight or after midnight where it's full of Egyptian people coming, enjoying.
For their coffee at midnight.
Coffee, for the hospitality, the high quality of the drinks, and the best prices in Canada market.
Yeah, it was really good price for what we had. We had some juices, and it's very atmospheric on the inside. Hello. Feshawi Cafe is the best.
It's only one Feshawi cafe. If anybody else thinks that the Feshawi, no, they're not they're not saying the truth by me.
Yeah.
It's only one Feshawi, and this is more narrow alleyway.
Very good. Love it. Very nice cafe. All right, I'm going to take a little walk, and I'll be back in a few minutes. So, yep, I will see you in a few minutes. All right. People are having tea, coffee, drinks, all kinds of things. And then there are the pretenders who think that they're Feshawi, but they're not. So just another minute or two. I'm going to take you, if we can keep a signal, and you can see a little bit of the market in here. Another cafe. And then there's always guys walking around trying to sell you things. This is that fake tent making. So they use the same patterns as the tent makers, but they print it, so it's just fake. And all the scarves you could ever want. Alabaster, marble, the inlaid boxes, all the things. Those are really beautiful, actually. So we'll just walk down here, and then I think I'm going to go back and have a coffee myself. Silver jewelry is very popular here. Yeah, t-shirts, Christmas ornaments. Look at that. You're ahead of the curve. I'm sure you do.
Let me show you how to use your money, man.
Oh, that's very kind of you. What am I looking for? That's a philosophical question. T-shirts. Yep, you guys have all the things. Beautiful. It's free. How nice of you.
Only for you.
Only for me, I'm sure. I'm sure it's only for me. Carpets, these are beautiful. These are really pretty. So these are kilims, which are different than carpets because they're woven and they don't have the cut pile. All kinds of jewelry. Fake, I'm sure most of it. This is kind of the problem with this market is you have to have a good eye for what's genuine and what isn't, because there's a lot of not genuine stuff here. But you know what? If you like it and it makes you happy, it's definitely worth getting it. Ooh. Crazy, crazy. This, I think, is one of the prettiest little corners. Christmas ornaments. I wish I could get one of those home. I'll probably break them, but never gonna make it home. Oh, And lots more things down there. So there's, oh, hey kitty. What's up, huh? Egyptian cat. Some of these pretty embroidered tops and, yeah, so many things. So you really have to know what you want. What I want is I have a shirt on hold at this particular tailor. So I'm gonna go in and pick it up as a gift. It was a request from my son. But other than that, this is a very fun market. You just have to come in with a good sense of humor and don't get too bent out of shape when people kind of hound you and try to get you to buy things because, you know, they haven't made a sale in a really long time for most of these businesses, 2 years. Tourists are what power this. So have a good sense of humor, bargain with people, and just, I don't know, I think it's enjoyable. It definitely has an Indiana Jones vibe for sure. So that's a little bit about the market here in Cairo, the main market. Plenty of things to buy and enjoy. And yeah, we'll see you guys later on. Tomorrow we're going to be out at the pyramids at Dashur. So hopefully I'll have a signal and I can take you out there. So that's all for now. There'll be another YouTube video posted later today, and it's going to be of the new museum, the Civilization Museum. It was excellent, so please be sure to tune in later on today when I have that video up. See you later.